Okay. Your face is covered up by the book.
Okay. My face? Why did you cover my face, you child?
I don't know. It's not covered anymore.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's better.
That might not work. This is annoying. My office is too small for this.
You know what? Just put it to original. I will survive somehow. I don't see
fine.
the result, but I will see somehow.
It's fine. I think I'm fine. I'll just turn this way, maybe. I guess. Sure. And then that. Okay, that works.
Okay.
I found
All
a
right.
way. Okay, so.
Although you're playing kind of backwards, but all right. So let's do scales. I want B flat, C, and D. 2 notes per bow with vibrato, and I want both minor and major. Your order, so 6 scales. Nice playing, not bad. But your vibrato keeps changing, and I'm not just talking about stopping and going, but it's changing from the wrist to the arm. It is very good that you can do different kinds of vibrato, but for the scale exercise, I need you to choose one and stick to it. Do you think you could do that?
Mm-hmm.
Let's not repeat, but go on to the next scale. Pick arm vibrato and keep the arm vibrato throughout the scale non-stop, please.
Okay.
Go. C major and C minor. You can pick whichever vibrato you like, but I want once you pick it, you keep it. D. Okay, very, very nice. Now, I want you to, when you practice, do just this. It is totally up to you. You can pick to play with vibrato, and if you do so, you choose one sound. Like, depending on how you feel that morning or evening, you play either excited or you play sad. But once you kept the tone, we can play one note for a while and see how do I feel now. Let's find, this is wider, this is narrow, faster, slower, right? And then, once you've decided on the sound, you keep it throughout. You kind of solidify the combination of the speed of the bow, of the pressure, of the width of the vibrato, of the speed of the vibrato. It's all very, very important, and it all changes the colors and mood of the sound, right? Mm-hmm. Some people actually create different sounds and give them names and put them into their repertoire and arsenal, and I have a few, right? I was kind of told to do things like that, but in general, I would say I have maybe 12 or 14 different combinations for different types of music. Right? I don't select them already intelligently unless I'm told by my conductor, who would say, oh, Eugene, you're a little bit too schmaltzy, you need to calm down a little bit, right? So I subside the default. But in general, I just by default pick the sound that feels right for this particular music at that particular day and how I feel, right? But this is one of the ways to really find it, because when you play a piece of music, you are working on a piece of music and you're trying to learn the notes, you're trying to learn the rhythms, then you're trying to carefully read what the composer wrote. What did he want? And, sometimes the composer is lousy, so you really don't care, or you actually change something to improve that miserable piece of music. Mostly it would be a modern music, right? But if you play something truly Brahms or Schubert, then you really carefully follow the score, because those people knew what they were doing. Right? They knew exactly what they wanted you to do, and yet there is still a space for you to express your individuality, because you will play the same piece like everybody else, slightly different. But it still will be genius. Do you understand? But you can, of course, think, okay, well, this probably should be at the tip of the bow, this at the front, this should have a faster bow, slower bow, but the left hand will automatically accommodate the color that you will feel inside yourself. So what I'm basically saying, that I want you to spend, 10 minutes every day playing 6 different keys. Change them at random. Sometimes play them light and fast, and sometimes play them slow and with intense kind of same color. If you will figure out how to do it, then playing scale will actually be fun. Do you understand? Sometimes you can even create a sound that, like, what's the name of that cow of yours?
We have 4 cattle.
You have 4 cows.
Mm-hmm.
Good. Are they big or small?
We have 2 calves and 2 heifers.
Well, you pick a creature and you try to play the sound that in your feeling today expresses your feeling the best, with the brother, whatever. And if it works, you give it a name. Like, okay, this is moo vibrato. Can you say moo?
Man.
Mew?
Man.
Do Texan cows say mew instead of moo?
Man.
Okay, anyway, that's what you need to do. Now, I want to hear your Kreuzers, but I want to hear your Bach first. So why don't you play for me your concerto, and then if time allows, I will hear your etudes.
I'll move my stand right here.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
beautiful playing. Truly, truly beautiful. Many, many wonderful things. Some little mistakes. And yes, it is possible to play it like this. I think that for this tempo, your violin and your bow are a little too small. You know, sometimes it feels like if your bow would be just a little longer, you would be better. And it doesn't mean that you don't have technique. You play very well. It's just the bow is short. Understand? And in other words, I would think, and this is not in any way an order, but I would suggest for you to experiment with slightly faster tempo, right? We will go through this one more time and I will point out some minor mishaps. And I'm not talking, you pretty much played it flawlessly as rhythm and intonation goes, and a couple of notes that were not perfectly in tune or didn't speak very well. I think you can hear yourself. Mainly, it would be a bow division, right? There were a couple of places where the bow division was not very convincing, even though in most cases you're doing it incredibly well. The other thing is, as you know, maybe you don't, make a grumpy face. That's a grumpy face? You're such a sweet person. I miss you terribly. I need to kidnap you. Anyway, you know that it is Concerto Grosso, right? Do you know what Concerto Grosso is? It is the same thing as the Four Seasons concerto. As a matter of fact, Bach lived much later than Vivaldi, but he admired Vivaldi. He studied his concertos, and he was writing his Bach's concertos in the same form. It is much more advanced. Obviously, Bach's concertos are much more complicated than Vivaldi, musically and mechanically and whatever, harmonically. But the structure is the same. Concerto Grosso basically means that there are two different types of music in the score. Sometimes it's called tutti and sometimes it's called solo. What that basically means, when it's tutti, then the first violin section plays exactly the same stuff as the soloist, and the whole orchestra is very busy. So in other words, that bum 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 bum, all first violins play together with you. Right?
I noticed that also on the they start playing the
How did you notice that? And you listen to the recordings or what?
Someone told me, but then I listened to it and I heard it.
Okay, good. That is absolutely correct, and that is exactly when the solo part starts. When you play the that is when you are alone. And here most of the young people make the same mistake. As you try to play truly beautiful, you start to play really soft. And you are alone. And guess what? For the audience, it's like bum, 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 bum. Like you're on stage and there's, let's say, 8 other people playing with you, right? It's a big wave of sound, beautiful, powerful, boom. And then you go, what the hell? Why was this girl called the soloist? She has no sound. Do you understand? So I will tell you something that you need to chew on, but you need to remember forever. When you play solo with the orchestra, there is no such a thing as piano for you. Ever. When you see piano, that means different color. You may play soft, but you never play quiet. Otherwise, nobody's going to hear the concerto.
Because when you have, because if you want to play something sadder, you can play it at the same, like, volume, but you just have to do something different with the bow. Like
exactly. You do different things, and that's why we started it with the scale, with different, you know, with, I should say, with the same vibrato, because if you play scale constantly changing vibrato, you just create a mess. But if every day you play with slightly different sound, but keep it through your practice, then your body starts to remember. It starts to naturally pick, okay, I want this, or no, I want that, and it's already a combination which you can sustain for a while because you practiced it on a scale. Understand? And I really can tell you many, many things and many combinations, but truly the best is when your heart chooses it. Do you play chess?
No.
No, you have to learn. You know, I play chess and I actually have an international grandmaster in Siberia who is my coach. You know, she's definitely way out of my league as a chess player. She's, within 100 best players in the world right now, but somehow we just hit it off and we connect over Zoom and she teaches me how to play better. And what she tells me, that she gives me the basic direction and then she forces me to go and to play, 20 games against other people, not memorizing the moves, but feeling it. Do you understand? So I have the basic structure at the beginning. If I begin white, I pretty much know, say, 5 or 6 of my moves. And then I start to feel and think of what the person is doing and react to it. Understand?
And there's also this thing that I watched. It's really not for kids, but...
Which one?
It's called Criminal Minds.
Oh, I love Criminal Minds.
It's a good movie, but I don't like watching the first part of it because it's...
Yeah, they're usually very scary, right?
Sometimes.
And yes, they play chess there all the time.
Yeah, they play chess in the airplane all the time, and at the end of one of the episodes it said, always try to think 4 steps ahead instead of 1.
Right, and see the entire board. Yeah, that's true. It's a great mind exercise. It's a great game. Anyway, I have an idea, and I really want you to do it. But absolutely, I will not force you. If you are not enthusiastic, it will not work. But if you are, you will create something that not too many people actually have done. What I would like for you to do is to learn all orchestral parts except for the cello. You have a cellist at home, right? I want you to learn the first violin part, the second violin part, and viola part. As far as I remember, I may be wrong, but as far as I remember, when Bach wrote this concerto, he wrote the viola part within the string diapason. Do you understand what that means?
Within the regular violin strings?
Yes. I don't think that he went in viola part ever below the G. Okay? So I definitely for the last moment, I had done before when it was played just with violins and cello, no viola. Right? So I will, if you're interested, we will check. Do you read viola, Clive?
No.
Well, you will need to learn the language. I'll tell you, I play viola very well, and both of my kids obviously play violas. And playing viola, even if you don't have viola, reading viola, clav on violin, makes you much smarter and much faster and better player. It's like speaking another language. Understand? And it's not that hard. If you are so silly that I cannot learn those notes, then I'm pretty sure that Ram has this viola part converted into the treble clav. No problem, I can ask him. Right? But the idea is that you pick your tempo, and that's why I was talking about the tempo. Once you figure out your tempo that you feel really good about, which in my mind would be just a little bit faster than what you played for me. It will have a little more flow and you will not worry about the bow as much. What is on your nose?
My necklace.
Ah, okay. And After that, what I would want to do is to turn on the metronome into your ear and record all the parts with video in the metronomic way. And you send those videos to me and I will make a video for you playing everything by yourself. Only a couple people had done that before and it's very exciting. And since you play the same instrument and with the same color and with the same attitude, you would sound good. As a matter of fact...
do I just put the metronome on and just play all, like in different videos, play all the different parts and then send it?
Exactly, only you don't play with metronome audible. You put it in your ear. With like earpod or something. So we don't hear it on the video, but you play exactly. This is a very metronomic piece, right? It goes straight. So you just do that, and I also have a track of the harpsichord for this piece of music. So you don't need to worry about this. We could add the track of the harpsichord, and you will have an orchestra. And if you really inventive and excited about it, you can record first, second, and viola a couple of times. You cannot duplicate the recording of the same person. Like, for example, if you recorded the first violin, I cannot put 3 of those files into the mix because it goes into the reverberation and it kills itself. It sounds awful. But if the same person plays the same thing but in a different recording, it sounds really rich and beautiful. Do you understand? Right? So instead of taking the video once, you can do it 3 times. It will take you extra 10 minutes. Not a big deal. The orchestral parts are really not that hard. You can learn them very, very fast. And if you record each of them 3 times, you have a big orchestra of yourselves playing with you. And then you can knock yourself out, and we could even start with the orchestral accompaniment, have the orchestra done, and then you practice playing your solo with that recording, and then take your video of the solo and boom, put yourself in the center, and you're surrounded with yourselves around in the smaller videos with some nice background of a cow, and and you know, you can ask your sister, does your mom still play cello?
Not really.
Okay. Then you can ask your sister. I'm sure your sister is strong enough to play the cello part in this concerto. It's not a big deal, right? And we put her under you there into the orchestra mix, and you have a video. You can share it with your friends, with your school, with whoever, you know, and save it for the future for your own memories, because that would be an achievement. If you didn't play with such precision and grace as you did right now, I would not offer that. So what do you think?
I'll try.
Okay, in that case, another question. Did you look at the second movement and the last movement or not yet?
Not yet. Not yet.
Okay, because if to record, we can of course record just one movement, but if you record the whole concerto, it would be funner, and I definitely need you to learn all 3 movements. Okay? Now, if I were to send you the music, would you be able to read it somehow?
For the orchestra parts?
Yeah.
Probably.
I can send you the music now.
I can if you send it to my email, then I can probably print it out and then...
Okay, let me see. Okay.
Okay.
A minor. Let me find it. Okay, let's start with violin.
1.
2. Okay. Bach, share, email. Okay. Oh, come on. What's this going on here? Okay, here we go. To Brati1. What's your email?
LMApacker@gmail.com.
What? What kind of cow?
gmail.com.
No. What's the name?
I don't know. It's
What?
it's ellamapacker@gmail.com.
Okay, Ella May. I love May part.
MAEPAC.
I have it.
Yay.
Yay, Bach 2.
I can also try to read it off my computer right now.
Okay, fine. I'm sending it to you. We don't have too much time, but I want you to try to read all the parts. Right? Let's try.
I can also open it as a PDF on my phone because the camera will stop on my phone.
And it is not bowed, but later on we could figure out the bowing.
Okay.
And or you could actually make your own edition, and then I will correct if you make mistakes. That's interesting. It's almost like my chess lessons. You make your decisions, and I will say, yeah, that sounds good. Yeah, that could be. No, that is backwards. Okay?
Okay.
Did you get the music?
For the violin 2?
Yes.
Yeah.
Then let's have you play it for me a little bit.
Why does it say, "Are you Nana"?
What?
It says, "Are you Nana"?
I don't know. On what? When?
On the front of the page, like it has on the top.
I don't see it.
Okay.
Okay, let's go.
I don't see the thingy. Oh. This is the whole thing with just the solo. This is
Well,
just
I sent you the second violin part. I think.
But it has the same thing that's on my music right now.
Really? Did I send you a wrong part then? Hang
You
on.
sent me the... Yeah. You sent me the solo part.
Not. Oh no! How strange. It's called violin too, but it isn't. Ah, so sorry about that. Oh my goodness.
It's fine.
Hang on. I'll
Okay.
find it. Okay, Bach. You are a whistler.
What?
You're a whistler.
I can whistle, but I'm not good at it.
Yeah, whistler.
I'm better at humming than whistling.
Where did I put it? Okay, this is definitely. Oh yeah, I think I found it.
Yay.
Yes, totally. Yes.
Oh,
As a matter of fact, I will send you both first and second violins now. Okay. Let's share.
by email.
There. Ella May Packer.
At gmail.com.
And T. Sent. Such a hooligan. What a hooligan face. So, you have 4 cows?
Yeah.
Oh my god. And how many horses?
2.
How big?
We have 1 pony and 1 just regular.
Did you ride them already?
Yes, sir.
I want to see video of you riding the pony.
Okay. I have
And
the second.
you have already a fancy Texan armadillo boots.
Don't know.
Do you have a dog?
Yes, we have a dog.
Okay, do you have the music?
Yes.
Let's start with the second violin, please. Okay, well, obviously you start tempo, because it's exactly the same thing as what you play in the solo part, only different notes. The rhythm is the same. See?
Mm-hmm.
Go.
So it's... And then...
That's right.
And then...
Keep going. Up. See, by default, the pickup's supposed to be played up and downbeat's supposed to be played down.
So it's...
Okay? So bum 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 bum.
And then I have to move it. I can't read this.
Yeah, that is not working very well. Is there any way you can print this music?
I can print it right now and run it.
Do it. Do it. I think that would actually be a good time spent. We don't have very much time, but at least a few minutes of normal work.
Should I only... Oh, there's 4 pages. It's fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
Go ahead. Quick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bye for a second. I got it.
Got them?
Yes.
Good. Let's go. Okay, stop right there. Remember, you're doing the retake in the solo
Yeah.
part.
Yeah.
You should use exactly the same articulation as the soloist.
Wait.
No, that's our own rhythm. Do you see that you're playing the backwards bowing?
Yeah.
Yeah, you need to fix that.
Yes.
Yeah, that's one of the ways. Go. Okay, I will give you a suggestion. The most traditional way is to play the G sharp up bow. La, re, sol, up bow, re, down, mi, re, do, si, la, sol, fa, mi. Do you understand?
No.
No! Last bar of the line 1, otherwise known as, what is the name? Number.
Oh, I understand now.
Okay, let's go. Start on that bar, you see. Go. Good. Play strong. The whole orchestra plays. You have to play strong. cannot read some basic notes. I. That's sharp. Keep going, your mouth. So organized, that's annoying. Go.
Okay.
Yes, that would be good. Okay, very good. Very good. After that, it's a solo. That's where the tutti ends. Do you understand?
Oh, yeah, because oh.
Right? And then you go ta-ra-ra-dee-da-dum, and when it's ta-ra-ra-dee, ta-ra-ra-dee, ta-ra-dee, oh, my hand really hurts. I did something stupid, like slapped on my wrist or something, and it really hurts. But I will try to play for you a little bit so you will understand what I want. I wanted you to just try to read raw, and you're doing very, very well. You need to understand that even though the notes are weird, they are inner voice. They are in the middle of the harmony, so they neither bass nor the melody, so sometimes they feel awkward, but they make the whole thing sound good. Do you understand?
Yeah.
It's like if you put salt on your tongue, it's yuck. But then if you eat steak without salt, it's yuck too. You need salt for the steak to taste good, right? So that's what I would want. And then... See how the notes are beautiful. I don't play ugly, right? So that kind of stroke, you take and release and give little vibrato in the beginning, so they shine a little bit. See? And I like to do this little fancy stuff here. I go instead of just understand, because that's the place where you go, and if they don't, it just sounds so beautiful together. After that you go, when you go the orchestra, and then there's 4 bars rest because the other voice is accompanying the soloist, and then it's kind of a resemblance of when you go. When you reach this point and you go into this one, that part, when you play this sequence, the second spin, and I like to imagine 2 different characters here. So this one is like a trumpet, something very strong, you know. gentle. Then stronger again and gentle. And then really strong. Guess where it goes?
Whenever I hear like this kind of music, like where it gets da da and then da 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 or whatever, it kind of reminds me of like every single argument I have with my mom, because then my mom yells, then I say something, and then she yells, then I say something.
Wait a minute.
And
Are you trying to tell that you never yell?
I do yell.
Okay. So
I'm saying that the part after that might be when
you know what? You're absolutely right, and that's what conversation is about. You're absolutely correct. Now I really have to go, but I want to show you the place where we stopped. It's a place where you go. That's the place where we reached. The second violin plays this. It has 4 notes on the slur, but it sounds better if you just do 2.
So it's like
it's too constipated, so you do vibrate a little. And you go pick up single note and then 2 on each bone. Not too much vibrato, just a little. And then you're good. Okay?
so like
Start learning, start bowing those parts. Be sure to know where those parts are in comparison with your solo. You have bar numbers, so that's easy enough to do. Next time we will do the viola practice read, but if you want to start sooner, text me and I will send the viola part as well. It's basically 1 note up, that's it. It's very easy. Alright, miss you. Bye.
Yeah. The iPad was sliding off, so I had to move the book like that. Anyways, how to be a rude creature. Anyways, have a good day and bye.